Hey artists, today we're going to make these beautiful cactus paintings. Follow along with me and I'll show you all the steps to create your own. Okay, we're going to take our pencil. We're going to find the very middle of our page. My finger's touching about the middle of my page right here. And across the middle, I'm going to draw a line that doesn't go all the way to the end. There's a little space left. And I'm going to draw a second line underneath, also leaving that space on the side. So I have two lines. Now I'm going to look down at the bottom of my page and I'm going to leave a little finger space, and then I'm going to make a line that is shorter at the bottom. So I left a lot more space here. So I have my two longer lines and my short line at the bottom. Now I'm going to connect my two longer lines right there. And then I'm going to connect from this line all the way down to my shorter line. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to go in just a little bit and go down to my shorter line. And on this side, I'll take my pencil in a little bit and ready down to the bottom line. Look at that. We have a nice little pot to put our cactus inside. So we're going to draw two different kinds of cacti. The first one we're going to draw is kind of a curvy one. So we're going to make a nice circle here. I'm going to show you with my finger first. I don't want a little tiny one. I want a nice big circle because we have this nice big paper. So with my pencil, I'm going to make a nice big circle. And I have it kind of connect on the line. So I went up and made a curve and came down. Now on this end, I'm going to make a curve on top. Sometimes these cacti grow with little circle shapes. I'm going to make a smaller circle here and a tiny circle on top. And that shows that cactus growing straight up like that. On this side, I'm also going to put a curved line that's a little bit bigger, then a little bit smaller. And I'm making them kind of go off to the side so they're not totally even. Put one over here and a little one there. So there's my little prickly pear cactus going up. And on this side, I'm going to draw my bigger desert cacti. My cactus is going to start with one line that goes really tall. So I'm going to look at the top of my page and I'm going to leave a little finger space. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes straight down into the pot. Now on this side, I'm going to draw a curved line that comes down. Curve. Put my pencil back at the top. Curve. Put my pencil back at the top. Curve. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Put my pencil at the top. Curve it down. Pencil at the top, curve it down. Put your pencil up here, curve it down to your pot. And we have room for one more. I'm going to put my pencil at the top and curve it down. And now I have my two cacti in the pot. So we are now going to move on and add some decoration to the pot. Okay, I went and got a container of crayons. I'm going to open up the crayons. And we are going to add some line designs to our pot. Sometimes we might decorate with a straight line. I can get a different color and I can try a zigzag line. I could get a different color and maybe make another straight line. And then maybe add a curvy line like this. So there's lots of different lines we could do and add to our pot. I could get a different color and make, up here I could do a scallop line. Look at how that color is making our pot look so cool. I could add a straight line and another straight line and get another color, and I could make some squares by making straight lines up and down. I could put some little squares inside. You might put triangles or circles or hearts. We're just gonna decorate this pot with different open line designs. I'm not coloring in because we're gonna put paint on this. So right now we're just adding our line designs. I might do a crisscross line, kind of like X's. And then I might choose a color to outline my pot. Maybe I'll take the green and outline the top. And maybe I'll take that purple and outline the base. So we have lots of options. I might try a swirly line across the top. And once you're satisfied, then we can go ahead and start working on other parts as well. Maybe I'll do a little swirly there. Swirly line. Okay. I have my pot outlined with crayon and I have line designs with crayon. I'm looking in my crayons and I see some different kinds of green. I see this green and the lighter green, so those could help me. I might also get out the black. I am going to outline the cactus with the crayon. So I'm going on top of my lines with my green. Which I think is looking pretty cool. I'm gonna pick up the black crayon and I'm gonna add just some little lines to look like the spiky parts of the cactus. Little short lines, and I'm using the black crayon. So I'm gonna add these short lines all over my cactus. Okay, I got the little spikes on the cactus all around. Now I'm going to take the darker green and I'm going to outline our little prickly pear cactus. So I'm doing like we did on the other cactus with the crayon, and I'm outlining. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to take the lighter green crayon and I'm going to add some texture to our cactus. They have kind of these little raised bumps on them. So I am making these little circle shapes all over the cactus. And that is making it get that 3D look. Okay, I added those little circles to the prickly pear. I even took our darker green and added some too. So we have our spikes on our cactus and our little texture on our prickly pear cactus. And we have this beautiful design on the pot. Well, we don't want it just floating in the air, so I'm gonna take my brown crayon and I'm gonna draw a line about in the middle of the pot, going from the side all the way to the pot and stop, pick it up, and from here to the end across. This is going to be our table. I'm gonna lightly draw some little lines on the table, kind of like the lines you see on a wood table. We call that wood grain. So I'm gonna add that wood grain to the table with my crayon. I didn't color it in, I'm just drawing some lines. I'm gonna pick a light color. I could do pink or yellow. I think I'm going to do this yellow orange. And I'm just gonna put some little texture on the wall with my crayon. This will look really pretty underneath whatever color paint you decide to paint your wall. So we are just adding these line designs with the crayon, and then we will come back and put paint on top. So I'm adding some little short lines. You could do little polka dots or little hearts. This is just going to make some texture on the wall in the room where our cactus is sitting, or our cacti. We've got the table, we've got our little pot, we've got our plants, and we're decorating that wall behind them. All right, look at that. We have a really cool picture and we are ready to add some paint. Okay, it's time for us to add some color. These temper cakes are dry. I have to get my brush wet and then add the water to the paint to kind of wake it up. I'm gonna get some green and I'm going to put the green over our cactus. Look how beautiful our cactus looks with that green paint on it. So I'm just kind of going over the top. Where we put the crayon is showing through, and the green paint is just kind of filling in around our crayon. So I get that nice and filled in. Beautiful. Wash my brush clean. I'm actually going to start on this one to make a little bit of a different green. I'm going to take the turquoise and add a little of the turquoise lightly onto this cactus. All right, down in there, and getting this side. And now I'm gonna wash my brush clean and go back to that green. And if we put some green on top, it mixes and makes kind of a different shade of green, which looks fun. So I'm putting some green on top of what we had before, and our little crayon lines are showing up too, which looks cool. Perfect. I'm gonna wash my brush clean. I'm gonna choose some colors to go on the pot. I'm gonna wake up this yellow paint, and I'm gonna paint this first line with the yellow. That's looking amazing. Wash my brush clean. I might try this purplish pink color we have, and I'm just gonna brush it right over the top of our crayon lines. That looks really cool. I'm gonna wash my brush clean, choose a different color, maybe the orange. Wash my brush clean. I'm gonna try the blue. You can try any colors you like and add those colors on top of your pot, and your crayon colors will show through underneath your paint. That's looking awesome. I like that. I might get some of the turquoise color again. That's looking nice. It's cool the way the crayon comes up, almost like magic, when we put the paint on top. And the last color I will do is red. If it's light, you just get a little more paint on your brush and it'll show up a lot darker. Okay. We now have colored our cacti and the pot. We're gonna choose a color to do the table. I think I'm gonna do orange. You can choose any color you want. And we're gonna paint the table down below. That looks awesome. Beautiful. Wash my brush clean. And then you have a choice. You could paint the background with a color, or you could leave it with just the crayon and the decorations. I really am liking the way our background looks with just the crayon. So I am very tempted to leave it, but we'll add a little color. Let's add a little bit of the blue. I'm going to use lots of water to keep it very light. So it's just a very light blue on our wall back here. Now I want to go all the way down to the table. Beautiful, all the way up to the top. Okay, get a little more water. And I'm going to paint around and behind our cactus here. And down around over here. This is looking so beautiful. Okay, just a little more water. We'll go ahead and come up from this angle. Get this side. Up around our little prickly pear cactus. Boop, all the way to the top. I'm having to wiggle and squiggle my brush to try to keep it just on the background. Very nice. I have one more little spot right here. Beautiful. All right, and once you are done painting the wall and the background, and you have your cactus, both of them colored in, the pot and the table, your beautiful picture is complete. I can't wait to see the one that you create.